What's up guys, Brian Phobos here, and today we're going to make a video about DigiByte and why I think that it might be a good speculative buy. So let's take a look at DigiByte here on CoinMarketCap. So DigiByte's been around since 2014, and there was some speculation. They were in talks with like Citigroup, I believe, and there was also a Minecraft situation where they were going to show a scenario where certain tasks in Minecraft could get paid in DigiBytes, and so it was kind of select things, but there was a lot of hype behind that, I guess, and so DigiByte mooned clear up to looks like 5.6 cents, and then we've had this long cooling off phase here, and now I'm kind of see this kind of swooping action here. And again, just to kind of take a step back from looking at this chart, I'm a fundamentalist, so 80% of the stuff that I look at is going to be more on the fundamentals of, does DigiByte seem like that it has something to offer? Is there something unique here? Kind of what's in development and what makes them superior. So they have 15-second block times, and they've done a lot of innovative stuff over the years. Basically, one of the big things that kind of gave them a name to fame, and the main developer and the development team, was they came up with DigiShield, which was able to retarget the difficulty like every 60 seconds or so, I believe. And that actually got implemented on Dogecoin and some other coins as well. So it earned respect in that sense. But it's actively developed, and we're going to go through some of this stuff. So here's their Twitter. This is one thing I look at just to see if they're active. They've got a decent amount of followers, and just here recently, November 29th, or 16 hours ago, they're posting stuff. And then here's one of the exciting things. Just on November 30th, they're advertising that you can store your DigiBytes on the Leger wallet. So that's a big deal. Not every coin can be stored on the hardware wallets. So let's go on. The wallets that they have, they've got Windows, Mac OS 10. They've got an Android wallet. They don't have an iOS wallet. So Linux, Windows, and Mac, pretty standard. But they've also, you can store it on this CoinMe wallet. So it seems like that's some kind of a mobile wallet. And then they also have this Chrome wallet extension, which is cool. So let's take a look at their GitHub. This is one thing I look at. So 13,000 plus comments and 417 contributors. Now let's compare that to Monero, and Monero has less comments, less contributors, but take a look at this. Okay, last comment 2 hours ago, and then you see like 2 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 6 days ago, 2 months ago. So going back over to DigiByte, you see last comment was 8 days ago right here, but a lot of the stuff is 8 months ago, 8 months ago, 8 months ago. So they might have kind of, in a lot of ways, got this code base to kind of where they wanted it to, and for whatever reason they're not as active, but at different times they've had a lot of contributors contribute to it. So let's go ahead and look at a common principle that I always sort of look at in the cryptocurrency space. So this is the Bitcoin chart, sort of an all-time chart. And we can see this was one of the first. There was actually another bubble back here that was smaller, but it's a little bit hard to sort of take it into consideration. So this was kind of the first bubble, shot up to around $35 back in the summer of 2011. Then it wasn't until March 2013 when the Cyprus thing happened, where they stole out of people's savings account to bail out the government. They called it a bail-in. That's when that happened. And then, so the main thing I want to notice is, see how this line is kind of above this, and obviously this isn't super zoomed in, but you'll get the picture once we move on to this area. So this level, it never fell back to the base floor of this level. It maintained a higher point at that. Then after this boom, and we had this cooling off phase, this floor level never went back to where this floor level was. So it never returns to the previous floor. So what can we do a comparison over here? So you see, like, in this chart is a little bit weird. And then when we look at on Bittrex, it looks a little bit different. So it's always kind of deceiving when you look at different charts in the way they're laid out. So we see, and let's say like this floor level started to get some action here, in the spring, just like every coin started to kind of see some action. And then, we've had this cooling off phase or whatever, and this swooping action kind of makes me feel like it could be ready to run. Now, you see the price was 1.2 cents, and there's over 9 billion in circulation. There's ultimately going to be 21 billion. Now, I don't think that's, like, I'm not going to get too caught up on the supply and that. I'm more concerned with the fact that it went to 5 cents. There's active movement on Twitter. I would think we would all agree, that if you see this website, the marketing is good. The name is good, DigiByte. You've got new players coming to the space. And, at this point, see where DigiByte is. It's ranked 68th. So it is on the first page of CoinMarketCap. It's been around since 2014. So it's not like kind of one of these new coins busting on the scene. You're like, wait a minute, is that a scam? It's like, no, this is proven. They've got their infrastructure in place as far as their wallets. You could put the coins on a hardware wallet. There's been a lot of contributors over time. The developer, is well respected kind of in the cryptocurrency community, and he's kind of transparent. He's on LinkedIn. We can go down, and he's got that Jared Tate. So, it's, I think that there's some positive things kind of from a fundamental standpoint that we can go off of. So let's look on Bittrex here, like I was talking about. So if you see these dotted lines, I'm placing that with, these dots here on the left of the candlesticks, placing that. And then if you look over at the right, look over here, and you see that floor level has not came down to the previous floor level, which is what we see pretty much in every coin. So it just seems like there's this leveling off period like that you see with a lot of these charts. And again, I'm not a technician. I can just visually, when you look at enough charts or you kind of see enough chart action, it's kind of like you can just kind of see that general trend. You see, a lot of times when something crashes, there might be like violent moves up and down, and then the volatility kind of gets less, and then it kind of consolidates itself. Pretty low volume here compared to what there was back here, but that's somewhat common. The volume's not bad though, 1.5 billion in 24 hours. So it's not like this is kind of a dead coin, but basically I ended up buying $200 worth. It's a speculative play. I think it might be something you guys could look at. Again, it's, what I'm looking for it to do is, go up to 3, 4, 5 cents. And if it really breaks out and it goes up to 10, then great. What I do is I, take out the original investment. Everything else is just riding. It's just free, it's just freewheeling out there. I don't have to worry about it. It's kind of like at that point I didn't pay for it. And then I take, the original investment, and then maybe I take that into another coin or break that up into 2 other speculative investments and try to do the same thing and keep doing that. And then, ultimately stacking some coins back in what I call the reserve currencies. So as we go on further and further, I would consider, stuff like Bitcoin. Ethereum's not necessarily purported to be a currency, but it's more of a platform. But a lot of people use it for transactions because the Bitcoin network is so bogged down. So I would say these are reserves: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Litecoin, and then Monero, and then maybe something like Zcash. You could kind of say maybe those are sort of like more your reserves. Once they get up here and they've proven themselves and they've hit a certain point and they're respected in the community, they're less risky, but you have less potential for it. Now, could we see Litecoin go up to $1,000 at some point, or see Monero go to $1,000? Yeah, absolutely. But it's a little bit harder to get a quick, 10x or 100x or 1000x. Right now, it's going to take years for Bitcoin to 1000x. But these price movements are crazy, but that still would be kind of blowing stuff away. So anyway, prices are crazy, guys. Remember this day. Literally, we were waiting for this for 4 years. It was 4 years ago, literally right around 2013 Thanksgiving, when the prices were popping off like crazy, and it was just like, oh my gosh, what is this stuff? This is amazing. And we have waited 4 years for this kind of crazy stuff to happen again. So don't forget it. Everything, please connect to me on all social media. Like the video, subscribe if you want to check out more videos. Got some stuff, but follow me at Brian Phobos on every platform: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Steam it. Have a great night, guys. See you later.